G'day everyone, Jumbuck at work here, and today, in a galaxy far, far away, we are taking Alissium. We are playing as the Separatists, and we are going to make Elysium far more dangerous than it already is. But how can you do that? Landmines, especially when those landmines crash your game. I wish I knew that before planting 100 of these things. I guess that's 30 minutes you'll never get to see. But it's okay, we have other ways of obliterating Elysium. However, the Senate has amassed a massive army to stand against me. All versus one, real king shit. And we are starting from here. Our foundry on the coast will allow us to build a great droid army. We start by giving General Grievous a tank and dropping some of the weaker droids from his command so we can attack a neighbouring port while everyone else gets sent away to explore. Our port siege begins, and between our tank and the blaster fire we clear them out almost instantly. We then attack a mine to end slavery taking place there by shooting all of the slaves. And with that, Grievous is the new Abraham Lincoln of Elysium. We now get to further expand our territory and kill anyone in our immediate vicinity. Then we can start looking at our foundry. We have a whole slew of different droids we can put into production, and we can pay to unlock more. But with our current resources, we can only really afford a set of super battle droids. Meanwhile, we'll spot a city across the frozen lake, and I think Grievous will be able to take it. The meager garrison is quickly blasted away, and we've only lost a single droid to a random crossbowman. Well, then we'll set out our super droids with a commander to clear out the pests from our port, and well, goddamn, these super droids are insane. Well, we can keep killing locals for cash and clearing wild pests so we can secure a peaceful home. Grievous is then sent back to the foundry to pick up some new toys. These big boys will be very useful. Our other army expands north and finds our first enemy, a cowardly warlock who flees at the mere sight of us. We then move up and find another. We'll check around and jump him. Ooh, we also spot a senator nearby. Now the droids prepare for battle, and it's a damn massacre. Emboldened, we'll now attack the senator, which is only fitting. They are heavily armored, but with primitive shields they do very little to protect them from laser fire. The senator is executed and the soldiers slain. To celebrate, we're gonna buy a new tank and continue the slaughter. Our witch's army then gets annihilated, but they put our guys into sleep mode and take one droid before their death. We'll then hunt down this last warlock, and I think it's time to end them. They have some air elementals and they rock our shit. Oh no. Well crap, at least let's just grab another mine. We'll go against these dwarves, but they're able to just walk straight through and blow us up. Shit, we're losing armies, so let's grab a new dude, and we'll even get some crab droids. We're gonna send Grievous against the Barbet army, and no, we just wiped them off the face of the map. Yeah, we're fine, we can still fight. We then hunt down the yellow army and execute them by firing squad, and now it's time to keep replacing our lost units. And we'll send them out to battle as we see enemies in our territory. Grievous will continue hunting senators, as once more their mighty force is reduced to nothing but ashes. We then send our new tank alongside Grievous to face off the warlock who had caused us trouble before, and we'll begin trading lightning and lasers, but due to our superior range this time, we're able to shoot down the clouds and take the win. It feels like the senator's armies never end, but that's not a reason to stop killing them. We'll continue on our war of attrition against their forces, while also sandwiching this witch army who just had no hope. With all this conquering, we've now got enough resources for a new army who will send north to find enemy bases, and our more experienced armies will continue battling. Unfortunately though, the small elementals are still plenty enough to pick apart from our weaker units, and they're left as a scrap heap. Well, back to the production lines to build another army to replace them. At this point, we just need quantity, not quality. But we will need to kick these guys out of our territory so we can keep affording to do this. Though we can also get more resources by just invading these poorly defended bases. Now, I want our iron mine back, so we're gonna have to get rid of everyone who moved in here, and then we can fight their proper army. They have a mix of summoned units and soldiers who all get shot down, leaving just a handful behind. We then need to take a sec to reload our blasters before we can continue finishing them off. We then have another warlock here to kill. Despite the power of their elemental, our superior firepower ensures clear skies and an easy victory as we shoot straight through them. Now, a senator has taken the city we left empty, and is using it to send out units, so we're gonna have to move in. Meanwhile, Grievous finds a Scourge Lord port that we'll need to clear out. Then our B2 army can fire on another Scourge force, which is just filled with wild animals. We start shooting like we're the world's most high-tech exterminator, which is funny enough because it actually exterminates their entire faction. That was their final leader. Well, hey, let's celebrate by killing another senator. Knock knock bang. Unfortunately, it looks like one snuck behind Grievous and took back the port, so we're gonna have to head back there. We also see the witches had a pet at home alone, and that's just not responsible. We'll deal with that nice and easy, then attack the sneaky senator. We have some stronger units, but they can't stand against us. We can finally take back our port, and with all the money we have, it's time to bring in the big guns. Presenting the Lurch Hulk. As if we needed the power boost, this battleship will destroy anyone in our way. Though our other armies are still plenty strong, this witch has her swamp critters eradicated, but as we're forced to reload, she turns about a third of our droids into pigs. We can still finish them off, but our firepower is greatly diminished. Now what the hell am I going to do with you lot? Well, we do have some warlock armies to do test runs on. First fight, we'll kill them too fast for our ship to even be used. Then our pork army shows that we still have enough droids to be considered a threat. And it looks like we were a little over-aggressive with the warlocks because just like that, they're gone. With that done, we'll get some new toys and look to kill the senator. But we can't because our droid pigs have gone mad and refuse to take orders. Well, let's at least see if we can't find anything. Ooh, an empire. We can definitely take this. We start by instantly halving their numbers and breaking down the gates. They only have a handful of crossbowmen left to return fire, and while we reload to prepare to gun them down, they shoot their shot, but ultimately it's a quick and easy capture for us as we clean up the stragglers. We also found some units in this tower, and now it's empty. Okay, on to the next district. We attack the church, who lack any ranged units apart from their mage, who set us on fire, which is annoying, but nothing to really worry about. We'll shoot him and his followers, and it shows that the light of our lasers is far stronger than the light of God. Now, should we expand further? Yes. This is the best defended section with ballista and crossbowmen who can deal some good damage to us and keep it from being an instant execution, but with our droidicas healing and multi-targeted attacks, it means that we are way better suited for these slow, grindy battles. We do struggle a little to open the gates, but once we're finally able to, there's nothing stopping us from clearing out our enemies as we finish this battle. And if we've come this far, we may as well finish it. We begin the battle for the slums, and by God, they had no chance. We wipe them and can finally claim the capital of the Empire for ourselves. God damn, it feels good. Now, we are in a heavy lead, but we do still need to track down our foes. We can reliably kill their armies, even if they're no longer instant massacres, as our damage and resilience is far greater than their puny forces. This is true with both the Senate and the Witches, but we are having some difficulty with gates. But this problem can always be solved with more lasers and time. Eventually we find their homes to the northwest and we'll pick off the Senator first. They have a small collection of siege equipment that's able to do some big damage, but we put our guys back together, blast open their walls, and kill their men, allowing us to take the base. Now we're going to start on the Witches. Turns out they didn't have much and just really sat by as we shot them. We hit another with our tanking Grievous raids a tower. We'll then also prepare an army of flying vulture droids and floating tanks who can travel freely across Elysium. Grievous's army is able to fire on the tower to clear it, and our tank leaves that army as a Tiananmen Square styled roadkill. Now Grievous still has an urge to kill, and the Witch's army only has a single catapult to fend us off. It's not a worthwhile trade as we clear their walls with our droidicas. However, Grievous moves in, and here he catches a case of the stupids as he just sort of stands around there while being shot with poisonous arrows, eventually resulting in his easily avoidable and completely unnecessary death. Doesn't matter though, he's instantly back at the foundry. Now we gotta look at the map and figure out where these guys are hiding out at. We find a senator's force in this random tower and a graveyard, while the witches are hanging out in forests. The senator gets blown the hell out, and the witches get into melee range to deal damage, but they're quickly wiped out, and their faction is eliminated. We then send a lone tank into battle, and while the Senate has strong warriors, our armored plating is stronger and will kill them all. Then finally, to pick up the scraps, our Vulture Droid army attacks. We get one final fight on the Senator, and we have erased them from the game. We have done it. Elysium is ours, the Clankers are kings, and we have taken the throne, and that goddamn Senator is dead for good. Well, you know what? This faction is ridiculously overpowered, but sometimes that's just fun to mess around with. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.